In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NBA games happening on October 26, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Denver Nuggets versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Denver Nuggets, sitting at 1 win to 1 loss to 0 draws, face the Minnesota Timberwolves, also at 1 win to 1 loss to 0 draws, in a Northwest Division matchup on Monday night at Target Center. Denver enters this contest with a clean bill of health, as no players are listed on their injury report. Minnesota, however, remains without Rob Dillingham and now faces uncertainty around Anthony Edwards, who exited Sunday's game with hamstring tightness. His status will be closely monitored before tip-off. The Nuggets finished last season with an impressive 24-17 road record, showing comfort away from home. They now face a Timberwolves team that could be without its primary scoring option. When Edwards is off the floor, Minnesota's offense tends to stagnate, and their production becomes heavily dependent on role players. Minnesota does hold a 6-game winning streak against Denver, which might make the Timberwolves and the points appear tempting. Yet this spot is complicated by schedule and health factors. The Timberwolves are playing on the second night of a back-to-back and could be without their leading scorer, while Denver comes in well-rested and fully healthy. The Nuggets will look to turn the table and climb above .500 for the first time this season. This matchup carries an added layer of intrigue as a rematch of their tight postseason series from 2 seasons ago. Both teams have undergone roster adjustments since then, but Denver's continuity remains their strength. Nikola Jokic continues to anchor the offense with efficiency and vision, while Aaron Gordon and the supporting cast have hit early season form. Many view this Nuggets squad as the most complete group of the Jokic era, capable of dominating both ends of the floor. The Timberwolves, on the other hand, are coming off a 114-110 victory over the defending Eastern Conference champion Indiana Pacers. Julius Randle poured in 31 points in that win, but Edwards' early exit overshadowed the result. Given the quick turnaround, his availability for this contest is uncertain. His absence has already influenced the line, which has shifted from Minnesota favored by 1.5 points to the Nuggets favored by 5.5. Last season, the Timberwolves went 1 win to 2 losses to 0 draws without Edwards, further illustrating his impact. The Nuggets have scored at least 130 points in back-to-back games and now find themselves in an ideal position to capitalize on a tired opponent. Minnesota faces a difficult scenario, playing consecutive nights early in the season while trying to contain Denver's powerful frontcourt. Jokic has opened the campaign with 2 straight triple-doubles, and Gordon's shooting touch has been on display, knocking down 10 of 11 attempts from 3-point range on opening night. With their balance, health, and rhythm, the Nuggets appear well-positioned to handle a Timberwolves team that may be short on both rest and scoring options. As our first pick for this matchup, the Denver Nuggets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Minnesota managed only 110 points against Los Angeles in their previous outing, and the Luka Doncic-led Lakers are not known for strong defensive play. The Timberwolves rely heavily on Anthony Edwards to create scoring opportunities, and if he is out or limited, their offense could struggle to generate consistent production. Their starting lineup features Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, and Dante DiVincenzo, none of whom are primary scoring threats. Denver, by contrast, will look to exploit its size advantage and use its frontcourt to control tempo. Jokic often initiates offense as a point center, directing traffic and slowing the pace to maximize half-court efficiency. Aaron Gordon complements him with athleticism and improved range, helping Denver space the floor while maintaining interior strength. This approach favors slower possessions, which could keep the overall scoring moderate. Given Minnesota's potential rotation adjustments and the likelihood of deeper bench involvement on the second night of a back-to-back, both fatigue and limited scoring depth could shape the flow of this game. Denver's focus on post touches and controlled offense further supports the expectation of a more methodical tempo. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game side pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus Golden State Warriors. On Monday night in San Francisco, the Golden State Warriors, holding a record of 2 wins to 1 loss to 0 draws, welcome the Memphis Grizzlies for a Western Conference matchup at Chase Center. Memphis enters this contest on the heels of a win, having scored 128 points in each of their 2 victories this season. Golden State, meanwhile, is coming off its first defeat after a strong start. The Grizzlies continue to face injury challenges, with Brandon Clark, Zach Edey, Scottie Pippen Jr., and Ty Jerome all ruled out. For the Warriors, Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton remain sidelined. The absences continue to test Memphis's depth, as the loss of Clark and Edey limits their interior presence and bench production. Despite this, the current line positioning them as near double-digit underdogs seems steep given the early stage of the season. The Grizzlies have historically played the Warriors tough, and while their roster is depleted, they remain capable of competing when Ja Morant dictates tempo and gets the offense into transition early. Golden State has reason to be favored at home. Experience and championship pedigree make them a difficult opponent, particularly in front of their crowd. However, their defense has not looked sharp through the first few games, and age appears to be catching up to some key players. Memphis has covered the spread in 5 of the last 10 meetings between these 2 teams, and though the Warriors took 3 of 4 matchups last season, each of those wins came by single-digit margins. That trend could continue if the Grizzlies manage to establish pace and energy early. The Warriors are an older team that has struggled to maintain defensive consistency in back-to-back scheduling spots. Memphis, though limited in personnel, remains a team that can push tempo and attack gaps in transition. Given their energy in the last outing and their history of keeping these games competitive, this matchup could again come down to execution in the final minutes. As our first pick for this matchup, the Memphis Grizzlies to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Through 3 games, the Memphis Grizzlies have been a study in extremes. When their offense finds rhythm, they look like a playoff-caliber team capable of scoring with anyone. When it falters, they resemble a lottery group still trying to develop an identity. With Brandon Clark and Zach Edey sidelined, Jaren Jackson Jr. is left as their primary interior option, which limits their ability to punish smaller lineups inside. To keep pace with Golden State, Memphis must find other ways to score near the rim and create open looks from transition play. Golden State's last performance was telling. After 2 competitive outings and an overtime win over Denver, the team traveled to Portland and looked flat. Fatigue set in, and their defense collapsed, giving up 139 points in a 20-point loss. It highlighted an early season concern. The Warriors' legs may not hold up well in quick turnarounds. Monday offers a chance to reset against an opponent they've historically handled well. Golden State has gone 6 wins to 1 loss to 0 draws in the last 7 meetings and has won 10 straight home games against Memphis, both in regular season and postseason play. When these 2 teams meet, scoring tends to come easily. The over has hit in 5 of the last 6 contests, with the last 10 matchups producing an average of 239.9 points per game and a 7-3 record on the over-under. Memphis will look to push the pace and test the Warriors' defensive stamina, while Golden State will rely on ball movement and shooting to keep up the tempo. Given both teams' tendencies, this game projects as another high-paced, high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Portland Trail Blazers versus Los Angeles Lakers. The Portland Trail Blazers visit the Los Angeles Lakers at Crypto.com Arena on Monday night in NBA action. Los Angeles enters this matchup with several key names on the injury report, including LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Jackson Hayes, and Maxi Kleber, all listed as questionable. Portland continues to deal with its own absences, ruling out Scoot Henderson, Damian Lillard, and Robert Williams III once again. Both teams are far from full strength, so this game will likely come down to which roster can manage minutes and depth more effectively over 4 quarters. Despite their struggles, the Trail Blazers open as justified favorites, boasting experienced contributors in Drew Holiday, Jerami Grant, and Denny Avdija, each capable of generating offense when the team needs stability. The Lakers, meanwhile, leaned heavily on Austin Reeves in their previous outing, and he responded with an outstanding performance that kept them competitive. Portland remains an intriguing but unpredictable team. Their young core plays with effort and energy, often keeping games close before faltering late. They've been competitive in most contests despite the missing star power, showing flashes of cohesion but inconsistent execution in crunch time. The current line reflects both teams' health situations, with the Lakers on the second night of a back-to-back and missing their top 2 players. Still, there's veteran presence and leadership on the Los Angeles side, which can be enough to steady the team through stretches of fatigue. Portland's edge in available offensive talent gives them a slight advantage on paper, but the Lakers' experience and ability to slow the game down could offset that gap. Reeves's recent breakout gives Los Angeles a reliable scoring option, and their bench remains capable of providing defensive grit when needed. With both teams trying to stay afloat amid injury concerns, this matchup will hinge on composure, rebounding, and shot-making under pressure. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Lakers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This game is less about who ultimately comes out on top and more about how it unfolds on the floor. Both teams enter the night depleted and lacking rhythm, which points toward a slower, more deliberate style of play rather than an offensive showcase. The Lakers' injuries severely limit their ability to push tempo, forcing them to rely on half-court sets and defensive possessions that eat away at the clock. Portland faces its own issues, both on and off the court. Head coach Chauncey Billups remains entangled in an ongoing gambling investigation, casting uncertainty over the team's direction. On the court, the Trail Blazers' offense continues to lack consistent flow, especially when playing away from home. They often compensate by tightening up defensively, attempting to control pace and minimize turnovers. Fans should not expect a high-scoring affair. Instead, this matchup projects as a methodical, physical contest where possessions carry significant weight. Shot clocks will wind down, transition opportunities will be limited, and points will come through patient half-court execution rather than quick scoring bursts. Both sides will likely grind through extended stretches of defensive focus, making this a low-tempo game that stays under expectations. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.